Rather, speaking the truth in love, we are to grow up in every way into Him who is the head, into Christ.
The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. These are the words that Jesus spoke in Luke chapter 10 before sending out 72 people, 36 pairs, to go ahead of him and let people know in different cities that Jesus was coming. In 2004, I worked for President George W. Bush's re-election campaign. And in Pennsylvania, I had the opportunity to work on the president's advance team. And before social media, advance teams were really important. We would go out ahead of the president and before a campaign stop so that we could prepare volunteers, make sure they had signs, make sure that they were pumped up and excited that the president was coming to their city. And I imagine for these 72 people, these 36 pairs of people, this is exactly what they were doing. They were Twitter before Twitter was Twitter. They were Facebook before Facebook was Facebook. They're going into towns letting people know Jesus is coming. Jesus is the master teacher. Jesus is the Son of God. Jesus will bring salvation. Come hear Jesus. He loves you. He can forgive sin. Jesus will bring the healing that you need. And Jesus prepares these 36 pairs, these 72 people. He prepares them for the mission by saying, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And then he tells them, I'm sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Some of these people that you're going to go find, they're hurting so badly. And some of these people are going to eat you alive. Not literally, of course, but we've used that phrase before. Some of the people are going to be antagonistic to you. Some of the people aren't going to like what you have to say. Some of the people may even be violent towards you. You still need to go. You still need to go. And because there's so many people that need Jesus more than we can possibly harvest right now. So Jesus tells them, pray for more laborers. You know, the population of the world at that time was about 300 million people, which is very similar to the population of the United States right now. You know, the world at that time was experiencing some really hard times, some really bad things. There was tyranny in the form of the Roman Emperor Tiberius, who had banished the Jews out of the city of Rome. Racism was rampant, even among people of God, especially towards Samaritans. Racism was so awful. There was a general state of intolerance, intolerance of sick people like lepers, intolerance of widows who could not find a place in the community, poor people, women, tax collectors, so many other people who were looked down on and not tolerated as part of a community. So sad. The world was dying for Jesus. They didn't know it, but they were dying for Jesus. The world was ready for a harvest. There's about 300 million people in the United States today, similar to the world's population when Jesus sent out these 36 people. And the U.S., I don't have to tell you, is experiencing some really tough times right now. A virus has killed over 100,000 people. It's shut down cities. It's shut down the economy to the tune of 40 million people, including me, now out of work, having lost their jobs. A nation is in confusion right now over heinous and horrific actions that we've all seen portrayed on video. Many people are still experiencing racism today, and many still have the scars of racism that they experienced only 50 to 60 years ago during the civil rights movement. Cities are burning with citizens who are in fear of a virus, who are in fear of looting, who are in fear of the police, people in fear of other races, people in fear of losing their jobs, fear of home foreclosure, wondering how they're going to feed their families. This world, our world, is dying. And they may not know it, but they're dying for Jesus right now. They need Jesus right now. our world is ready for a harvest. To know that Jesus is coming. To know that Jesus is the master teacher. To know that Jesus is the Son of God. To know that Jesus brings salvation. We need to be telling people, come hear him. He loves you. He can forgive sin. Jesus brings the healing that we all need right now. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few, even today. Perhaps it's because we know that there are wolves out there ready to eat us alive. There's people that are ready to ruin our reputation just because we claim Christianity. People ready to humiliate you for what you believe. People ready to humiliate you for your faith. Ready to call you names like a fanatic or a radical or a hyper-conservative or bigoted or stupid or anti-science. Any one of these names, the wolves are out there. And because so many followers fear these wolves, these agents sent from Satan to discourage, there just aren't enough laborers. There aren't enough people to show others Jesus, to spread the healing that is so desperately needed right now. Satan's done a very good job. Satan's done a very good job of sending these wolves to allow people to die without Jesus. I don't know how many people are going to see this video. Probably, based on numbers before, 72 or more will probably see this video. And so for the 72 or more that see this video, the challenge is, can you face the wolves? 72 people Jesus sent out. 72 people in 36 pairs to teach, to show the world that Jesus was coming and that he could bring all these beautiful things. Can 72 people bring that healing and bring that hope? Can 72 people declare that God loves you? Can 70 people boldly say that even though some are going to form opinions that will demean you, some people will be rude to you, can you still say that Jesus is the answer? Our world is literally burning around us. People are dying. The harvest is great. Who will spread the healing? Can you do it? I love you.